Hey, welcome to the Empowered and Free podcast. My name is Erin Kimbrell, and I'm a counselor, certified life coach, breathwork coach, and small town mom of two. I know firsthand what it feels like to live with high functioning anxiety. For most of my life, I had so much mental mess, anxiety, people pleasing, perfectionism, overthinking, constant worrying, and never feeling good enough. On my decade-long journey to feeling better, I've learned how to take back my life from high-functioning anxiety and helped others to do the same through my coaching and breathwork programs. Now I want to share everything I know with you. This podcast will help you feel empowered over your high-functioning anxiety and free to finally live the life of your dreams. Now, grab a cup of coffee, get comfy, and dive into the episode. I'm Erin Kimbrell, and this is the Empowered and Free podcast. Hey, and welcome back to the 12 Days of Mental Wellness series. Here on the podcast, I'm sharing 12 days of helpful tips that you can incorporate today to help yourself feel better, lighter, more peaceful, and at ease this holiday season. We are on day 7 of the series, and today I want to share with you something you can do in 7 seconds to completely shift your mindset, help you break out of a negative thinking pattern, and get you into a better headspace. All right, you want to hear about it? Let's do it. We are talking about, drumroll please, a gratitude. Gratitude is a word that we hear a lot. I'll be honest, when I'm in a stressed out or anxious headspace and I hear somebody say, just be grateful, I kind of want to like roll my eyes or maybe punch them in the face. But I'm not an angry person and I'm not going to do that. But I really want to talk to you about how gratitude can truly help you when you're struggling with anxiety or stress or overwhelm. I want to talk a little bit about the science behind it, and then I'm going to give you some really practical tools that will help you. Okay. So gratitude is an incredible coping skill. This is something that every single person on the planet could and should learn. It is free, and it is something that no matter where you're at in life, it can be really helpful. Now, I'm not saying that gratitude can completely make you feel not anxious, right? That's not what I'm saying. It doesn't completely wipe away any negative or struggles or hardships that you're facing. But gratitude can help with anxiety. So let's break it down, talk a little bit about the science behind why that is. So gratitude helps kind of activate some of these really positive centers in our brain. So in the prefrontal cortex, this is where we're talking about where pleasure and feelings of relief and even things like empathy come from. So gratitude activates that part of our brain. It also activates the part of our brain that helps us regulate, our feelings and our emotions and our bodily function. So if you're struggling with anxiety symptoms, this could be another reason to want to add a little bit more gratitude to your life, because we're activating part of a brain that can be helpful for us, those of us who struggle with anxiety. Gratitude also brings down the amount of the stress hormone in our body. This is called cortisol. And when we do that, we can release more feel-good chemicals in our brain, which is another reason we want to give gratitude. Gratitude triggers the release of the happy hormones. So not only are we bringing down the stress hormone cortisol, but we're bringing up the happy hormones like dopamine and serotonin that make us feel good. So we get a little bit more feel-good feelings in the brain. And the last thing I'll mention here is that gratitude helps us break out of a really negative thought pattern. So if you are in an anxious moment or in an anxious thought or spiral or whatever it is, you can break out of that by focusing on the present moment and what you're grateful for right here and now. So those are some reasons that you could start incorporating gratitude into your life. Now, here's what I want you to hear. It doesn't have to take forever. A lot of us don't have a ton of time to start something new, but what about if you started incorporating 7 seconds of gratitude in your life? What could that look like and how could that change? Let me tell you, this is a personal example. You guys know mornings are not my thing. A lot of times, am low on sleep or I am tired. I am a girly who loves to get a lot of sleep, and that doesn't always happen in my life. So I wake up in the morning, maybe my to-do list is running through my head, or I'm thinking about all the stuff I didn't get done yesterday. I can be in a funk. I can be a little bit grumpy, and nobody needs that to start their day. I definitely don't need that. I don't want that. Instead, when I choose to go, you know what? Here's what I'm grateful for. I'm grateful that I woke up this morning. I'm grateful that I have another chance at life. I'm grateful for whatever this day is going to bring, right? And just start running through 7 seconds of gratitude. It can completely shift how I feel. I could be heading down the one-way train to Grumpy Town, and by choosing to bring in gratitude for a few seconds, I can completely shift the way my day is going to go. It really is an awesome tool that is free, you guys. It is simple and it is really fast to do. Another way that you could incorporate gratitude is, like I said, as soon as your feet hit the floor, you're thinking of things you're grateful for. Maybe you start adding in gratitude. The time I really do this a lot is when I have my journal out and I'm kind of in a better headspace. I've woken up, I got my warm beverage in the morning, and I'm thinking about what am I grateful for then when my head's a little more clear. Maybe this is something you want to do on your lunch break or at the end of your day or even on the way home from work, right? Think about where you can do what we call coupling. Okay. Coupling is a habit trick. This is something you can use in your life all the time. But what I want to teach you is how to take something you're already doing and couple it with or add it to something that you want to start doing. This is how we form those new habits. Okay. So let's say that every time you say, every time I get in the car to drive home from work, I'm going to start adding in 7 seconds of gratitude. Perfect. You've coupled that habit. That will help you create a stronger habit with this gratitude practice we're talking about. Maybe you want to say, okay, as soon as, again, my feet hit the floor in the morning, I'm going to add in 7 seconds of gratitude. As soon as I grab my morning coffee, or as soon as my head hits the pillow at night, I'm going to roll through 7 seconds of what I'm grateful for. How can you make this an actual habit in your life and something that you'll start doing? There is so much bang for your buck with 7 seconds of gratitude. Okay. So I hope this is something that you'll try. Add it in today, see how it goes, and maybe give it a try for the rest of the month too. All right, my friend, I hope today's episode was helpful. As always, share this with a friend who maybe could use a little more gratitude in this crazy busy season. And don't forget to come back at the end of the month. I'm going to be sharing something that will totally change the trajectory of your year in 2025. This is the year for your mental health, my friend. I can feel it. It is your time. All right, have an amazing day, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye, guys. Hey, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. You don't know how much it means to me. If you'd like more behind the scenes content, inspiration, and daily reminders that encourage and uplift you, follow me on Instagram at HeyErinKimbrel and send me a DM to say hey. If any of the episodes have been super helpful for you, please consider leaving me a review on Apple Podcast, Spotify, or wherever you like to listen. It helps me so incredibly much, and it allows the podcast to be seen by other people who need it. If you want to learn more from me, head to erinkimbrel.com. That's where you'll find all my free resources, read the podcast show notes, and learn more information about my online coaching and breathwork programs that help you create the life you want. If you want to keep the conversation going from today's episode, join us in our exclusive podcast Facebook community, Empowered and Free Help for High Functioning Anxiety. I'm here for you, and I'm always cheering you on. I'll see you next time. I'm Erin Kimbrel, and this is the Empowered and Free podcast.